welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl Eyeshadow Palette and the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lip. If you do want to see a review and a demo, then please keep watching. As a huge favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything down below. I greatly appreciate it. I read all the comments and I will do my best to reply back. The eyeshadow palette retails for $49 at Ulta Beauty and the liquid lip retails for $22. I purchased both of my products online on Ulta's website. These items are also available in store. We're first going to try out the liquid lipstick. I do want to read a little bit about this on Ulta.com. It does say Too Faced Melted Matte Cinnamon Bun is a limited edition shade of melted matte longwear lipstick that smells like fresh baked cinnamon rolls. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It says Too Faced Melted Matte. I love the little cinnamon roll here. It's super cute. The shade name of the liquid lip is printed up at the top. The shade name is called Cinnamon Bun. You get 7 milliliters of product or 0.23 fluid ounces. The box came a little bit damaged, but that's totally fine. On the side of the packaging, you have a little description about the product. Same thing on this side, but this side is printed in a different language. And then on the back, it has the list of ingredients. So let's go ahead and see what this shade in Cinnamon Bun looks like. The packaging is so pretty. I love the little cinnamon buns on the cap. It says Too Faced Melted Matte in the center, and then on the back you have the shade name. Again, the shade name is Cinnamon Bun, and this has a 12-month shelf life. So let's see what the shade in Cinnamon Bun looks like. Here's what the doe foot looks like. So let's see. Ooh, this is really pretty. Here's what the shade in Cinnamon Bun looks like. Ooh, it does have a cinnamony, vanilla-esque scent. It smells really yummy. Here we have the shade in Cinnamon Bun. I thought this shade might be a little bit too cool tone for me, but it's actually really gorgeous. I'm gonna leave this swatch on the back of my hand and then I'll do a fresh swatch. Now let's move on to the eyeshadow palette. I do want to read a little bit about this palette on Ulta's website. It does say Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl Sweet and Spicy Eyeshadow Palette includes 18 sweet and spicy shades, so seductively rich, warm, and toasty. They're positively cinnamon-full. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It says Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl Sweet and Spicy Eyeshadow Palette. When you flip it over on the back, you have a little picture with the shade names. You have a little description. The barcode is here, and it says Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl Limited Edition Sweet and Spicy Eyeshadow Palette. So let's go ahead and open this up. Here's what the actual palette looks like. I love the tin packaging. And then on the back it says Cinnamon Swirl, just like the back of the box. Then it has a little description here on the side. Same kind of description that I read earlier. Let's see what the actual shades look like. I like the shades in the palette, very neutral. Some pops of pinks and purples. And then it does come with a full-size mirror. And look at the little cinnamon bun. I'm trying not to blind you guys with my mirror. I zoomed you guys in a little bit closer so I can show you guys that there's a little bit of glue in the first shade in Flower Power. I don't know what happened. That's kind of disappointing. But here's what the other shadows look like close up. They all look good except for the first shadow. Anyways, let's start with the swatches. The first shade is called Flower Power. It's so soft in the pan. Here's what that shadow looks like. Flower Power is described as a warm cream. Here's what that looks like. The next shade is called Doughboy. Again, very soft in the pan. Doughboy is described as a nude beige. The next shade is called Frost Those Buns. Ooh, this is extra super soft in the first two shadows. Frost Those Buns is described as a champagne shade. Wow. Super pigmented. The next shade is called See Me Rolling. This isn't as soft. See Me Rolling is described as a medium warm brown. Really beautiful. The next shade is called Sticky Buns. Super soft in the pan. Sticky Buns is described as a medium bronze. So pretty. The last shade in the top row is called Lick the Spoon. Very soft in the pan. Lick the Spoon is described as a terracotta shade. The first shade in the second row is called Muffin Top. Again, very soft in the pan. Muffin Top is described as a deep peach. The next shade is called Love the Bun You're With. Again, very soft in the pan. Love Your Bun You're With is described as a metallic light gold. The next shade is called Sweet and Spicy. Sweet and Spicy is described as a peachy gold shade. Next up we have I'm Toasted. I'm Toasted is described as an orange copper sparkle. Ooh, that's so pretty. Wow, the shimmers are so gorgeous in this palette. Next shade is called Stay Current. Stay Current is described as a black with red sparkle. The last shade in the second row is called Cinnamon Swirl. Cinnamon Swirl is described as a cinnamon brown shade. The last row in this palette, I'm going to be swatching on the right side of my arm since the left side we run out of room. The first shade in the bottom row is called Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush is described as a light pink with gold shift. The next shade is called Gooey Goodness. Gooey Goodness is described as a soft gold glitter with lavender glitter. The next shade is called Ready Set Bake. Ready Set Bake is described as a soft pink mauve. The next shade is Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers is described as an iridescent pink and lavender shimmer. This is such a pretty shadow. The second to last shade is called Food Court. Food Court is described as an orchid shade. The last shade in the palette is called Batter Up. Batter Up is described as a matte mahogany. Wow, that's super pigmented. A little bit patchy, but that's okay. Here we have all 18 shadows swatched on the back of my hand. Now we're going to create a look using this palette. Taking a fluffy brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in See Me Rolling and apply this all over the crease. I'm not getting a strong cinnamon scent from this palette. It's very subtle, which is good if you are sensitive to smell. Let's apply the shade in See Me Rolling in the crease. Wow, it's super pigmented. And I'm not going in with a lot of pressure. I'm going back and forth using windshield wiper motions. I like how that blended out. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other eye. Using that same brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Food Court and apply this right below the first shade. Same thing, going back and forth using very light pressure and blending in those two shadows. I love how those two shadows blended in with one another. Taking a clean brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Batter Up and apply this in our outer V. We're going to be doing circular motion. I like how the shade in Batter Up gave it a little bit of depth. It looks really pretty. Doing the same thing for the other eye, just doing circular motion, light pressure. These shadows blend in so effortlessly. Using my finger, we're going to dip into the shadow in Sticky Fingers. Apply this to the center of the lid. That shadow is so gorgeous. Same thing for this eye, patting on the shadow in Sticky Fingers. I'm getting a little bit of fallout from that shimmer shadow, so I'm going to clean that up later on. Taking a flat brush, we're going to dip into the shadow in Love the Bun You're With. Apply this in my inner corner and dragging it up the shadow in Sticky Fingers. Wow, those shimmers are stunning. Taking my damp beauty blender, I'm going to clean up the fallout. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Maybelline Sky High. Here's what everything looks like. I do want to apply a fresh swatch of the shade in Cinnamon Bun on the back of my hand just so we can see what it looks like. Here we have Cinnamon Bun. So here's what it looks like when you first apply it and then when it dries down. It's pretty much the same shade. I love the shade in Cinnamon Bun. It complements my skin tone. From the outer packaging, I thought it wouldn't suit me, but it's actually really gorgeous. I love it. And the packaging, of course, I would give it a 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend. My final thoughts on the Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl Eyeshadow Palette is that I like this palette. I love their formulas in the tin packaging. I find the formulas to be so soft, so buttery, very easy to work with. You don't have to use a lot of pressure when blending out the eyeshadows. The color story isn't unique. I have similar shadows in my other palettes. The packaging sucks me right in. It's super cute. I love the little cinnamon buns on the packaging. And I forgot to mention that these cinnamon buns, they're kind of raised on the packaging. Overall, I really do love the Cinnamon Swirl palette. I would highly recommend the Cinnamon Swirl palette and the liquid lipstick. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on picking up the liquid lip or the eyeshadow palette. I would love to know. Or if you already have it in your collection, I would love to know your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.